Hello everyone, I'm Jenifer Lactaotao from BSA1 and I'm here today to discuss about our activity in Managerial Economics Chapter 8 and 9, which is Cost in the Short Run and Long Run. Consider the short run and long run cost schedules, Table 1 and Table 2 of perfectly competitive firms AstraZeneca and Moderna, respectively, both manufacturer of Alvir, short for vaccine for all viruses. Thus, fill in the missing cells in the two tables, graph the data in Table 1 simultaneously in one quadrant. Example, quantity at the horizontal axis and the rest of the cost on vertical axis. Describe the behavior of the cost based on your graph in number 2. Graph the data in Table 2 simultaneously in one quadrant. Example, output at the horizontal axis and the rest of the cost on vertical axis. Describe the behavior of the cost based on your graph in number 4. Using your graphs for Table 1 and Table 2, compare and contrast if any between TC, ATC, and MC of AstraZeneca and their counterpart cost in Moderna. Discuss some merits of the statement, in the long run, all costs are variable. So here is the Table 1 short-run cost schedule of AstraZeneca. Answer and explanation for Table 1. The fixed cost will remain 10 because a fixed cost is a cost that does not change with an increase or decrease in the amount of goods or services. Next, variable cost. Variable cost is already given. Total cost. To get the total cost, add the total variable cost to the total fixed cost. Formula: TC equals TVC plus TFC. Example, 52 plus 10 equals 62. 80 plus 10 equals 90. 100 plus 10 equals 110. Next, average total cost. To compute ATC, divide the total cost to the quantity units of produce. Formula: ATC equals TC over Q. Example, 138 divided by 40 equals 3.15. 150 divided by 50 equals 3. 165 divided by 60 equals 2.75. Last, marginal cost. To compute MC, divide the change in total cost to the change in quantity. To get the change in total cost, subtract the TC2 to the TC1. Same with quantity. Subtract the Q2 to the Q1. Formula: get the change in total cost and change in quantity. TC2 minus TC1 over Q2 minus Q1. And last, formula to get MC is change in total cost over change in quantity. Example, 715 minus 550, 165. 120 minus 110 equals 10. 165 and 10 is the change in total cost and change in quantity. 165 divided by 10 equals 16.5. And here is the Table 2 long run cost schedule of Moderna. Long run total cost. To compute the LTC, multiply first the price of labor or W to the labor units, same to the price of capital, which is R. Multiply it to the capital units. After you multiply, add the labor units to the capital units. The labor price is 15. The capital price is 30. Formula: WL plus RK. Example, 15 times 30 plus 30 times 21 equals 450 plus 630 equals 1080. 15 times 36 plus 30 times 24 equals 540 plus 720 equals 1260. Long run average cost. To get the LAC, divide the long run total cost to the output produced. Formula: LAC equals LTC over Q. Example, 2,700 divided by 1,200 equals 3. Long run marginal cost. To compute LMC, divide the change in long run total cost to the change in quantity. To get the change in long run total cost, subtract the LTC2 to the LTC1. Same with quantity. Subtract the Q2 to the Q1. Formula to get the change in total cost and quantity. LTC2 minus LTC1 over Q2 minus Q1. Formula to get LMC is change in LTC over change in quantity. Example, 6,480 minus 5,040 equals 1,440. 2,100 minus 1,800 equals 300. 1,440 and 300 is the change in total cost and change in quantity. 1,440 divided by 300 equals 4.80. Graph the data in Table 1 simultaneously in one quadrant. Example, quantity at the horizontal axis and the rest of the cost on vertical axis. Short-run cost of AstraZeneca. The gray represents the total cost, and orange represents the variable cost, and blue represents the marginal cost, yellow represents the average total cost, and the light blue represents the fixed cost. Describe the behavior of the cost based on your graph in number 2. In the graph of the short-run cost of AstraZeneca, the fixed cost has a fixed amount which is 10. It means it has a stable line, while in the variable cost is not stable, because variable cost depends on the quantity of output produced. If the quantity increases, also the variable cost will increase. Total cost is increasing because total cost consists of fixed and variable costs. Variable cost and total cost has the same behavior because the changes of total cost will depend on the variable cost. In average, total cost has a stable line. If the total cost increases, the quantity of output produced, the average total cost will increase. And last, the marginal cost. It also has a stable line, since it is measured the rate of changes in total cost when another unit is produced. When there is a changes in total cost and quantity, marginal cost will also change. Graph the data in Table 2 simultaneously in one quadrant. Example, output at the horizontal axis and the rest of the cost on vertical axis. Long-run cost of Moderno. The gray represents the total cost, and the blue represent the long-run marginal cost, orange represent the capital units, and light blue represents the labor units. Describe the behavior of the cost based on your graph in number 4. In the long-run cost of Moderno, the total cost line is increasing, depends on the price of labor and capital needed. It means the cost and output are related. Long-run average cost LAC has a stable line. It is connected to the capital and labor, while in the long-run marginal cost or LMC, the line is increasing depends on the changes in the total cost when another output produced. Using your graph for Table 1 and Table 2, compare and contrast if any between TC, ATC, and MC of AstraZeneca and their counterpart cost in Moderno. AstraZeneca and Moderno total cost is both increasing, and the average cost of AstraZeneca has a much higher than Moderno. Same with the marginal cost. Moderno has a less value than AstraZeneca. Discuss some merits of the statement in the long run, all costs are variable. The long run is the period of time when all costs are variable. The long run depends on the specifics of the firm in question. It is not a precise period of time. If you have a 1-year lease on your factory, then the long run is any period longer than a year, since after a year you are no longer bound by the lease. No costs are fixed in the long run. A firm can build new factories and purchase new machinery, or it can close existing facilities. In planning for the long run, the firm will compare alternative production technologies or processes.